So what is the difference between a fruit and a vegetable? There's different opinions on these, but let's take a rapid-fire quiz and find out what we know. Also, we take a trip to Zucchini Fest and have a fun chat with Obetz Mayor Angela Kirk. We discuss, among other things, the history of the festival, what it means to the city of Obetz, and some of our favorite zucchini dishes. Also, do we ever come to an agreement on if zucchini is a fruit or a vegetable? Find out that and more coming up on Health is Real. Come in, stay a while. Andrew Stinson alongside Angela Ta. Health is Real is the name of the podcast. Angela, how's it going today?
It's going good, Andrew.
Awesome. Coming here from Memorial Hall, downtown Columbus, Ohio. And you know what? Today I wanted to talk a little bit about the difference between fruits and vegetables. It's something that I don't always get right, and I think you might be in the same boat as me.
You know, I unfortunately, as a gardener, I can't say I always get it right.
Yeah, I mean, it's tricky sometimes because I'm looking here at medical news today and sort of trying to figure out the difference. Fruits and vegetables comprise different parts of the plants from which they grow. Fruits come from the flowering part of a plant and contain seeds. In contrast, vegetables are the edible parts of a plant, such as the leaves, stem, roots, and bulbs. So that's sort of the the textbook definition. I think botanists classify fruits and vegetables based on the part of the plant that they originate. However, like chefs and the way we use it from in the culinary world can sometimes be different based on how sweet or savory the food is.
Yeah.
So we have a quiz to let us know just how much we know or don't know about fruits and vegetables.
I feel like you're going to quiz me, aren't you?
That's, you know what? Let's quiz you.
Okay.
We'll make this a does Angela know, and I can chime in too if need be.
All right.
So it's just a pretty quick rapid fire fruit or vegetable. First up, tomato.
Well, based on your definition, coming from the flower, fruit.
Fruit.
See, but that to me is wild. Okay, sorry. You said rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
We can discuss later.
Next, broccoli.
Vegetable. Okay.
Got it right, 2 for 2.
Yeah.
Next up is an olive. Fruit or a vegetable?
Oh, I don't. It's got a seed.
What do you think?
Vegetable. But all right.
Although they have a savory taste, olives contain stones, and within those stones are seeds, making the olive botanically a fruit, similar to a peach or a plum.
Okay.
That's what I'm reading off the page. I don't have this just stored in the back of my memory.
I wish you would, though. That would be funny.
That would be awesome. Next up, an onion. Fruit or vegetable?
Vegetable.
Vegetable is correct.
Okay.
Good job.
Okay.
A beet.
Vegetable. I almost said fruit.
You are correct.
I love beets.
Beets are vegetables.
I grew so many this year, and they were delicious.
They are low in calories and high in nutrients.
That's what I've heard.
Next up, a pumpkin. Vegetable or fruit?
Fruit.
You are correct again.
See, that's one that I really don't personally agree with, but botanically, based on the definitions you shared, I had to go fruit.
That's right. Botanically speaking, pumpkins are seed-filled fruit. Specifically, they are berries. See, I wouldn't have put that.
A berry?
That's what it says. It's a berry.
Oh, I don't agree with that. That's wild to me. I'm not a botanist, but that makes my brain bend in ways.
That's a very large berry.
It's a super large berry.
Next up, we have asparagus. Vegetable or fruit?
Vegetable.
See, I would think so too. And you're right.
Yes.
Asparagus is a vegetable that has been highly prized since ancient Roman times.
Have you ever seen asparagus growing, though?
I can't say that I have.
It is the wildest thing I've ever seen. Like, it can get so big. Like,
really?
Feet tall. It's crazy. And it's also wild because it comes back all the time. So there will be, I've seen like places where there used to be homes and is maybe just like a field now, but it's like quote unquote wild asparagus, but it like used to be someone's garden.
Oh yeah.
But it just keeps coming back every year, and even though there's no house and like no one to take care of it or tend to
Keeps
it,
coming back.
yes, it's amazing. Oh, also, if you put an asparagus seed in the ground, it takes 2 years before you even see an asparagus come out of it.
Really?
Yeah.
2 years.
Wild.
That's
Anyway.
quite the commitment.
Very much so. Sorry, I do love asparagus too.
That's
Apparently
fine.
I know a lot about asparagus.
You do. You are the asparagus aficionado on the
Asparagus queen.
Asparagus queen. Absolutely. Next up, an avocado. Avocado, is that a fruit or vegetable?
I want to say vegetable, but based on your definition, fruit.
You're going to go fruit?
Yeah.
You're right again.
Yes.
Avocado is, a berry
No.
with a large woody seed in the center. That's
so
what it says.
weird.
Yeah.
But okay, I question that though, because the berries that I know, like a raspberry or a blackberry, those have the seeds on, they're like closer to the outside. Or even a strawberry have the seeds on the outside, where an avocado is one big seed on the inside.
But it's still a seed.
But it's not in the same place. How can you call it a berry?
I don't know.
We need
I don't
to get a
make the
botanist
rules.
on this
We
show.
do. Absolutely.
I have lots of questions.
If you're a botanist and you want to be on the show, let us know.
Yeah.
Next
my
up,
email is, I'm just kidding.
fruit or vegetable, we have a cabbage. Cabbage.
Vegetable?
Vegetable
Yeah.
is right.
Yeah. Okay.
Heads of cabbage come from the same species as kale and broccoli.
Delicious.
Brussels sprouts.
Oh, I love Brussels sprouts. Vegetable.
I was going to say vegetable too. And yes, in fact, they are.
Okay. I feel like I've only gotten one wrong so far, right?
I think you're like 9 out of 10 so far. So
Yes,
that's
this
pretty
is
good.
Great.
Next up, cucumber. Vegetable or fruit?
Fruit.
Fruit is correct again.
I love that sound.
That one that one might have tripped me up because I always thought of cucumber more as a vegetable, but maybe that's
Correct.
like the culinary way of
Yes.
thinking
Right.
as opposed
You
to
gotta think-
botanical.
You got to think like a botanist.
Think like a botanist. A bell pepper. Is a bell pepper a vegetable or a fruit?
Fruit.
Fruit is correct.
I think I should be an honorary botanist for how well I'm doing on this quiz. Is
don't
there
know
a
how that
botany
works.
community that can accept me into their circle, please?
I don't see why not.
Okay,
I think that
thanks.
makes perfect sense. Next up, artichoke. Vegetable or fruit?
Vegetable.
Vegetable is correct. Artichokes are large edible flower buds, making them vegetables rather than fruits.
That is so funny. It's the flower bud.
Yeah.
I've never seen an artichoke fully flower then, because if it's Oh, I wonder what color the flower of an artichoke is. What do you think, Andrew?
I have not the slightest idea.
Pink.
Pink. That's what it is. It's pink. The botanist on the
I
panel
actually
here
don't
says
know.
pink. So,
It's just my favorite color.
well, next up is carrot. Now, carrot, I'm feeling vegetable.
Easily. Yeah, it grows down. Yeah.
Got it. Rhubarb. Rhubarb, vegetable or fruit?
This one's going to trip me up. I'm going to go vegetable.
It is a vegetable.
Yes.
It is often served as a fruit in pies, preserves, but botanically, again, vegetable.
Yes.
Okra. Okra, fruit or vegetable?
Fruit.
She says fruit. She's right again.
Yes. I think I got this down.
I think you prepped so well for this.
I didn't prep. You prepped me by giving me the definition.
Yeah, well, I wanted to be sure we were on the same page. on that.
Yeah. No, it was a good call.
Fruit or vegetable, a sweet potato.
Ooh, hold on. No. Vegetable, because potatoes, they grow down into
It is a vegetable. Though the sweet potato is distinct from both potatoes and yams, all three are proper vegetables.
See, here's the thing. I've never, ever understood or admittedly looked into the difference between yams and sweet potatoes. I use them interchangeably, and I think you can. I mean,
Sure.
all the dishes I've made have been good,
Sure.
whether it's
I think so.
a yam or sweet potato.
Yams and sweet potatoes, both vegetables.
Amazing.
Hazelnut.
What?
Hazelnut. Yeah, that's the next question. Hazelnut.
It's
Fruit?
a nut. What?
I don't know. What do you think it would be? A fruit or a vegetable? If you were a hazelnut,
listen.
what would you be?
This one's gonna really ruin my score here because I have.
Well, hopefully it gives a good reasoning behind why it's one or the other. What would you say? You think fruit?
I'm gonna go fruit.
Fruit is correct. True nuts, such as hazelnuts, chestnuts, and walnuts, are small, dry fruits with hard walls. Cashews and almonds are not true nuts, but are the seeds of fruits.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. It's not even I was going to say it's not even a fruit or vegetable. It's a nut, but I guess it's technically a fruit.
But we would all just refer to it as a nut because...
This really hurt. That one hurt my brain a lot.
Well, good thing we only have 2 more to go.
Oh, good.
Chard.
Oh, like Swiss chard. Vegetable.
You got it. Absolutely. Last one. I think you've only missed one so far.
I think so too.
This is going to be a record. We'll have to put this one on gold star for Angela for this one. Snow peas, fruit or vegetable?
Fruit.
She says confidently fruit.
It's got to be a fruit.
And it is a fruit.
Yes.
Peas alone are not fruit. They are seeds, but pea pods, which contain the peas, are botanically fruit. Yes. Angela is dancing as we speak. Let's see the results. In fact, 19 out of 20.
Yes.
An excellent score.
All right. I think that I'm going to submit that in my application to several botany communities.
That was really impressive, I'll be honest.
You.
I probably wouldn't have gotten that high a score. So
we should have done,
props.
Does Andrew know?
Yeah, the answer is probably no.
You know what was on there that, or wasn't on there that I was kind of surprised by?
Yeah.
That this made me think of. This makes me, I think about zucchini. Why wasn't zucchini on there?
Zucchini, yes.
Cucumbers were on there.
You'd think zucchini would have been on there.
Right. Which actually reminds me of when we went to Zucchini Fest.
That's true.
And talked to Mayor Kirk.
What I'm interested in learning about is like how this came to be in the first place. Like, why Zucchini Fest here in Obetz?
Well, I have been here since in the area of the township and this area since I was 5 years old.
Wow.
Really?
My father actually is from the west side of Columbus and graduated from Central High School, and then he moved us here and had our house built when I was 5. So I enrolled in school here, kindergarten, all the way through. I ended up working at the school for over 18 years. I was sat on the council seat, was elected there for 6 years, and then ran for mayor. So this is going into my second term. But back to your question, I know it's a long way to get to that. I've been coming to Zucchini Festival every year since 1987 is when we started.
That was the first year?
And that was the first year. They had a thing called like a Labor Day Festival leading up to that.
Okay.
And it used to be over on Lancaster Avenue, which is a tiny little park. And it was, real cozy and kind of a little intimate. And everybody loved it. And we've got a lot of nostalgia hooked to that. Go fast forward a couple of administrators and things, and then they decided to move it over to another area close to here. And this facility wasn't built at the time. So it's kind of just continued to evolve over the years.
Yeah.
I think when it first started out, they had like a couple of tiny little rides. And they had a couple of tents, like the church tent. And they would sell like fish sandwiches, and somebody had a cooler full of pop, and you would have a random band show up from local, which was fabulous because that's what we remember as kids.
Right.
And then it kind of just started evolving into this, and we had it on the dirt, and then we moved it over here. Once we got this section here built, the fortress. So the fortress used to be the speedway.
No.
Yeah, so and we still maintain the original wall out there.
Wow.
It used to be the speedway for, they had dirt track racing, and, that was kind of a big thing here, but the family was just ready to kind of be done with the business. They were getting older, and they kind of wanted to sell it. And as the city started thinking about it, what we wanted to do was we wanted to have control of the space so that we didn't have a bunch of warehouses or trucking companies back up to all of our sports foods.
Yeah.
So then we made a decision. I was on council at that time to purchase the property from that family that had been here probably since 1950 something. I mean, they've been here forever. So
Wow.
But that's how this kind of all came into play.
So when did the zucchini come into it, though? Because you said it was originally a Labor Day festival.
Is it a big deal? Like, everyone loves.
Do you guys grow
Here's the thing,
zucchini?
what we found out, because we did have a lot of agricultural space around
Yeah.
us, and it grows abundantly here, which is crazy because you would think like, oh, who grows zucchini? Well, we grow zucchini. Everybody grows zucchini in the summertime. I think it's one of the most hardy plants that you can grow, and it's probably the easiest to start growing.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
a good
by
point.
the end of summer, you have so many zucchini you don't have to do with it, right? So I don't know the real true of how they decided on the name Zucchini Fest.
Yeah.
But my take on it is because it would grow so abundantly here. And my other piece of that is I think it was the only fruit left that was available. You know, you had the Strawberry Festival, you have the pumpkin show, and so
You got the Tomato Fest in
Festival,
Reynoldsburg, yeah.
We're like, hey, what do we have left and what can we grow here? Zucchini grows really good here. That's it. Name
Well,
the Zucchini Festival.
Run with it.
And it's delicious though too. I mean, it's so versatile. There's so many things
It
you can
is,
do
it
with
is.
it.
And people are like, do you really like zucchini? I'm like, I really like zucchini. Like,
Yeah.
this is not a joke.
Yeah.
Like, there's...
What sorts of zucchini foods here at the fair do you have to try?
Well, here at the festival, my favorite is just the plain old deep fried zucchini chips.
Okay.
They basically just cut it down the line and throw it in some batter and deep fry it.
Nice.
Fabulous. I love it. Every vendor here that is a food vendor, what we require of them is to have some dish on theirs made with some kind of zucchini in it.
Yeah.
At least one. Because we want to make sure that we stay with the tradition of the Zucchini Festival. Make sure
Absolutely.
everybody has something zucchini, right?
Yeah.
So we, at the beginning of the festival on Friday, they all give us their signature dish. We bring it in, and all the council members, we set it out on a tray, and we go through it and we taste every
You try 'em
dish.
out?
Yeah, because we want to see what is that.
Yeah.
So then they rate them, the council rates them, and then we go give out a nice award, and they stick the award in their window. So they're like, hey, we are the best use of zucchini, or we're the most unique thing is, you know.
So
So we
fun.
do that so that during the festival, people can say, oh, this is really good with zucchini.
Mm-hmm.
And we have zucchini bratwurst, zucchini ice cream. There is nothing that doesn't have zucchini in it.
That's incredible.
We even have Five Pedal, which is our beer
Uh-huh.
that was brewed by Jackie O's. We partnered up with them,
Oh,
and we
fun.
have zucchini beer. So, yeah. You're
Oh, I'm
gonna
jazzed.
have to send you home with you, girls and boys.
Hey.
Just so you know, but, yeah.
That's amazing. So, okay, those are the zucchini things here. What about at home? What's your favorite, like, healthy zucchini recipe to make, whip up at home if you
Well,
have an
I'm
abundance?
Italian.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yep.
I don't like eggplant because I think it's very bitter. I've never liked it. So
Okay.
the Italian thing is this eggplant parmesan.
Yeah.
I do zucchini parmesan.
Oh,
Or you
smart.
can make the boats.
Yeah.
You can hollow them out,
Mm-hmm.
and you can put all of your spaghetti sauce and your meat and your mozzarella on it, and then you put it in the oven and you bake it. For
Oh,
a
I
while.
love that.
So, but of course I do make deep fried zucchini chips too because I don't know why it's just weird. I
They're
love it.
good. They're
I hate
good.
pickles, but I love zucchini.
Oh, they're in the same sort of family, right?
You would
Cucumber,
think-
zucchini,
I think, but one's a fruit, and I think I don't know.
Listen,
is
who kn-
cucumber a fruit?
vegetable.
I
I
think it's a
don't know.
vegetable.
I
Yeah.
always thought it was a vegetable.
Listen,
Yeah, I hear
always
you.
thought zucchini was a vegetable too.
Zucchini's a fruit?
It's a fruit.
Oh, you're telling us this right here, right now, in real life.
Breaking news.
Breaking news: zucchini's a fruit.
Yeah. Well,
You said that earlier, and I was like, she must be right.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. This year, someone was like, that's not a vegetable; it's a fruit. It could be folklore. I have no idea because it was one of our pageant girls. She was like, "Fun fact about zucchini: it's really a fruit." I was like, "Well,
We'll have to get our research.
Yeah,
to look at that
we'll-
and get to the bottom of
but
that.
does it sound like it should be a fruit?"
I thought it was a vegetable.
I don't know.
I think it was a vegetable
Who
too, but they're
knows?
telling me it's a fruit. But I also don't think that tomatoes are fruit. I
Yeah.
thought they were vegetables.
That's
Me
true.
too. I always
That's a good
thought
point.
Yeah, everyone says that they're a fruit. but
That's a hot topic, a big controversy
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, so
in Great
you
it's
County.
controversial.
Yeah, instead of noodles, you can make like my aunt. She does a whole thing recipe like zucchini. She spirals it.
Oh,
they,
so
you know,
fun.
they make them that way. So there is a lot of unique uses for the zucchini, and,
Yeah.
and they're so healthy too.
Yeah.
If you're kind of trying to watch what you're eating, and you can disguise them well enough for your kids to eat them. So
Yeah,
that's always
that's
a good thing,
true.
too.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Get a little.
You top anything with pasta and meat sauce. You know what I mean?
They'll eat it. They'll eat it. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're good. But
That's
yeah, we
amazing.
love it. We have a great time here with it, and we do a really good play on the zucchini to make sure everybody's. We want to make sure you understand that we love our zucchini around
Yeah.
here.
That's
Absolutely. Well, and the
incredible.
weather today is just gorgeous.
Perfect.
Beautiful. Now, I know a few days ago, though, there was a heat wave that kind of was going through. So what sorts of precautions do you take for situations like that?
So our staff is fabulous, and we're always looking ahead, at least 10 days. And you can look at the weather all day long, and you don't know if you're going to get that real weather or not. So we just want to be prepared. So my staff, my engineer, Mike Corbett, and one of my officers, Tommy Maynard, they went into his office because, he's an engineer. And I was like, look, you get to do engineering things now. And they made these boards, and they ran a hose through those. And they actually put water spigots on the board. You can see one from here. Back on the back of the bleachers, it's a water bottle filling station.
Oh.
And then my Parks and Rec director said, well, if we're going to do that, we should get a misting station. So they just started rolling to make sure.
Yeah.
And then we took all these little pop-up tents and we put misting hoses on those pop-up tents all over the grounds, all over the field. Because if anyone knows anything about turf, when you go out there for concerts or anything like that, I mean, it's a good 20 to 40 degrees hot.
Yeah, very hot.
So we had misting stations where the kids could just go up and stand under it and just cool off or
Absolutely.
fill a water bottle up. So
Yeah.
we did put that on our stuff too, like, hey, make sure, we have these filling stations for your water bottles.
Yeah.
We have misting stations. So come out, bring your water bottles, bring your cups, and make sure that you guys stay hydrated. So kind of a last minute thing we did.
No, that's amazing. It reminds me of when you're at an amusement park and you're standing in the lines for the roller coasters and they have those misters and you're just waiting for your turn to get hit with it.
Yeah, and that's kind of like the take. We're like, well, how can we make sure that people are doing? Listen, everyone doesn't take precaution, and we know that. And we have medics on site, and we get them hydrated and get them back on their feet, and they just keep rolling with
Keep partying with the zucchini.
I mean, Friday was it was miserable. I mean, it
hot.
was miserable, and we're like, people aren't going to show up. It's going to be too hot. What are we going to do?
You had mentioned too earlier one of the pageant girls. So you have a zucchini show pageant. Can you tell us a little more about that and how that got roped in?
Well, we have the pageant used to be the belle of the ball around here, and it
Oh.
still is because you have to live, central to Obetz. You have to either go to Hamilton Township or live on this side over here to go to Groveport School. So we split the school district a little bit.
Gotcha.
So there is no lack of fanfare when it comes to these pageants.
Really?
So we have babies that come in like 0 to a year old, and the parents get them all dudded up, and I mean, it's a big deal. They wear ball gowns and they wear dress. I mean, it is. We have our queen. She goes to all the other festivals, and she has so she visits all the other festivals. And once her reign is done, the Zucchini Festival, we have a Queen's Luncheon. So after she takes her final ride in our parade, we go over and we let her choose, like, what is your theme? This year, Rylan Pickens, she has represented us so well last year.
Aww.
She wanted a boho theme. So we get everything together. We do a whole boho theme over at our center. And then she invites all the other queens from the other festivals to come and join her for lunch. And then we have a speaker come in, and we just kind of let them sit down and do lunch, and we do drawings. So it's a big deal.
Amazing.
It's a big deal.
So you guys get some pretty big name performers for a town like Obetz. Like, who's been your favorite person across all the Zucchini
Oh,
Fest?
why would you make me say that?
All right, top two. How about that?
I love
Some of your favorites.
I love all music. Like I'm from the '80s. I don't know if you can tell by my hair. I was born for this because this is how my hair turned out. So I love the '80s rockers, and I love R&B. Like I mean, and I love the country stuff too. There's not any one genre that I love more than the other. I will tell you that my first year as mayor coming in, we did this whole, like, let's split up, make 3 genres. Let's do a rock night, let's do an R&B night, let's do a country night. So we kind of hit every demographic to make sure everybody was included.
Yeah.
And I will say, Boyz II Men came and sang, and it was my birthday.
Was it?
And they sang Happy Birthday to me, and I just was like,
Oh my God.
If anybody, you talk to anyone that knows me, I don't cry. That's not my thing. I just don't. But my dad passed away almost 16 years ago, and we used to sing together a lot, he and I. And he's old Motown, and he would say, that's the only group that really sounds like they know what they're doing. They sound like the old Motown group. So he loved them. So he didn't, live long enough to see me become the mayor and do some things that I was doing. And so it just kind of, was a very emotional moment for me. It's like, okay, this is my first year as the mayor. I've got Boyz II Men here. It's my birthday. They're singing to me. My dad's not here to see all the stuff that I wanted him to be so proud about. So that was probably my favorite I mean, they're one of my favorite groups too. I won't lie, but that was my favorite moment with an artist.
Sure.
Yeah.
But we've had some. Look, Vanilla Ice came here last year, and it's got tore this place down. I mean, they were rock. Look, that night we broke all of our attendance records that we had ever had.
Wow.
And then the next night we had Brantley Gilbert come.
Oh my gosh.
And then we broke that record from the night before. So
Goodness.
we do pull in a lot of national acts. We have a fabulous company that we work with, and people think that, they just hurry up pop. No, I will start this in January.
Yeah, for the next Zucchini Fest.
It's a lot of planning.
I bet it's a lot of planning. How many people come to the Zucchini Fest? Like, what's the average or the record?
We probably have between 150 to 200,000 people throughout we have a lot.
Wow.
Okay, over the 4 days.
Over the 4 days.
Amazing.
And it just depends on, your acts. So you'll have more come in through that.
Sure.
I love this festival. We prepare for it, like I said, starting in January, and it just continues to go. And listen, we don't have a huge staff, but we use a lot of volunteers and the people that are from here. I try to explain our festival like this. We are not the biggest festival in Ohio, but we have to be in the top 10, but we're the best festival in Ohio, so you can spread that around.
There we go.
Of course.
I have not missed not one Zucchini Festival ever.
Wow.
Ever.
Every year you're here.
And, no, every year. So we are 37.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, we're happy to be joining you this year.
Well, I'm happy you guys came out, and I love people to see what we have here.
Yes.
I think we're a really good hidden gem that I don't want to keep hidden.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obetz is growing, right? Didn't it recently get upgraded to a different status?
We are a city now.
Yay!
Yeah, so we were a village forever. So what flipped us to that in the last census, we've always just missed it by a couple hundred people. So we had 5,492 people when we got the census and the notice that we were going to be a city. So we're close to 7,000 right now. And that's just because we have some growth going on.
Amazing.
There's a lot of exciting things going on.
Yeah.
Yes, we've got a lot going on.
Well, thank you so much for talking to us.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love talking about my city.
Absolutely.
I love talking about our town. I think that it's the best place in the world. I want everyone to come check us out.
Yeah.
I mean, we have our own social media. You can check us out on, obetz.com. You can come and see everything that we're doing in the city. We council meetings twice a month. Those are open to the public, of course. So anything that you want to know about us, you can find out on social media. If not, you can always give the mayor a call, and I will answer any questions you have. So, yeah.
Thank you for listening to the Health is Real podcast from Franklin County Public Health. We want to hear from you. Let us know your thoughts at fcph@franklincountyohio.gov, and be sure to follow us on your favorite social media platforms. And did you know that we offer vaccine clinics and education throughout Franklin County for both children and adults? Talk to a public health nurse to ask questions or schedule your vaccine appointment by calling us at 614-525-3719 or email shots@franklincountyohio.gov.